Now it's time for Made in the Northwest.
We're down here in Albany, Oregon at Oregon Freeze Dry. Let's go take a look and see how Mountain House food is made. Hey guys, we're down here in Albany, Oregon at Oregon Freeze Dry, makers of Mountain House. Walt, thanks for having us down, man.
Thank you very much for coming. We're very proud of our history with making Mountain House since 1963 as the leading brand in backpacking and adventure and even everyday home use.
All right, let's go take a look at the first steps. All right, here's our first step.
This is the first step in the journey of veggie chorizo that you'll be seeing today. We start with fresh ingredients that get dumped into a kettle where we do the cooking that you would like to do at home, except in a little larger scale.
Man, the smells in here are incredible.
They are delicious.
All right, so what's the process here? We're obviously cooking.
Yes. Our research and development group with their food scientists have come together to take that recipe that we all love and desire and scale it up. So what we're doing here is we have very much control over the temperature of the water, the amount of stirring, and the length of time it's in there to get us to the right finished temperature so that we can dump it and put it on the tray.
Nice. So this cooks up basically, and then it goes on to trays to go off to be freeze dried?
Yes. It gets dumped onto those trays, gets frozen, and then into the freeze dryer chambers, out of the dryer into a dehumidified room where it's dumped, and then taken to our packaging room, which is also dehumidified to keep it at the optimal preservation.
All right, let's go take a look at that. All right, I see we got some trays.
Here we are. The cook room has finished making the product, and now we're dispensing onto trays for taking into the cold room for freezing.
All right, so this is already cooked up, ready to go.
Cooked up, ready to go, just like home.
All right, let's go take a look at the freezing.
Let's look.
All right, this is a serious cold room.
Yes. So we've watched the cook pot make the veggie chorizo. We've seen it put on trays, and it comes directly into a cold room at minus 30 degrees for freezing it until it's taken to our freeze dryers.
Man, this is minus 30 degrees.
Yes.
Let's go to the next spot.
Let's go.
All right, let's talk about the history of Oregon Freeze Dry because you guys have been around for a while.
Yes. In fact, this is a good spot to talk about that because we have the original very first 4 dryers that we put in 1963.
Wow.
When we were at the beginning of our start, we were receiving letters from a small startup company in Seattle called REI. They were asking us, they were getting asked by the veterans coming back from Vietnam conflict to get this product so they could take it camping.
Nice.
They keep sending us letters, and we were just doing it for the military at the time. Our first startup was to fill military products from those 4 chambers. Eventually, we said, okay, let's develop a brand called Mountain House. And Mountain House was developed because of the demand from the military veterans coming back from the Vietnam conflict.
Wow.
And that's how we started, and much of what REI started.
That is awesome. Then that is history.
The 4 chambers are history. Now, they're not all the originals inside because we've continuously upgraded, optimized the drying process to reflect in each of the other 18 dryers in this facility.
Wow, that's an amazing story of how this all started, the origins of Mountain House. All right, so what's the process here? I see him pulling food out.
Okay, so we put the product in. And after about 18, 20 hours, we are now ready to take it out and take it to a dehumidified room for dumping out the product from the trays to be taken to a packaging operation.
All right, I see this is going into the next room.
We're going into the dehumidified room now, and where each tray's product will get dumped into a hopper, and that hopper has an auger that'll feed it into a bulk bag so it can be taken to our packaging room.
There we go. I'm excited. So I gotta ask you, how long does this stuff stay in here?
Freeze drying can vary from 6 hours to 24 hours, depending on the amount of water that's in the product. And because we are freeze drying at very gentle, low temperatures and low pressures, we don't want to force it out. We want it to come out naturally. It's the same process that the Inca Indians did over 1,000 years ago when they took what they harvested up into the Inca into the mountains near Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
What they found out is that everything that went up to that elevation ended up freeze-drying. And all we're doing is replicating the natural process of freeze-drying that the Inca Indians did, except we're accelerating the pressure. Pressure is equivalent to elevation, so we're just going up to almost where the Space Lab is instead of at the top of Machu Picchu.
All right, we're in a new spot. I love this, the colors.
This is the result of coming out of the freeze dryer where we
Yep.
haven't changed colors, flavors, and texture.
Yep.
And the bulk veggie chorizo is ready now to be put into its pouches in this dehumidified room where we retain the moisture content.
That is great.
So this particular machine is able to fill both the sauces, which have been marinating the sauce of the veggie chorizo, and as well as the eggs coming out another line. So we have a 2-fill line that is feeding the pouch process below.
Man, it's great. It smells so good in here.
Thank you. We have a lot of pride in that retention of that smell.
Absolutely.
We've been following veggie chorizo through the process here at Oregon Freeze Dry. We've been up to see where we've placed the freeze-dried material, and now that product is being packaged in our 45-minute about pouch machine. This pouch is very unique in the sense that it's been designed to retain the flavor, the aromas, the quality that we put into it at the beginning.
All right, our next step.
Next step, after the pouch has been sealed, we then have it transferred through a metal detector to make sure there aren't any contamination, and through a weight cell to make sure that we have consistency in each pouch.
Oh, that's great. So that way you know exactly the amount that's in there. I love the robot.
Yeah, the robot is part of the process of our final stage of taking the cases, putting them on the pallet.
You know, I'm always amazed at how many different products you guys make for people.
Yes, we've made, since our beginning, we've come up with 54 different recipes for all branches of the service as well as for consumers. So everything from Air Force, Navy, Marines, Special Forces, they all have a chance to taste a little bit of home when they're out there getting their nutrition that they need under their deployment. In the middle we have a classic line. It's taking our oldest recipes and providing the beef stroganoff that people remember when they first started camping in the late 60s.
That is great. So now my question is, how's this stuff taste? Should we try some?
Let's do.
All right.
How does that pad thai taste?
Man, this is good stuff. It's better than some of the pad thai restaurants I've been to. All right, this stuff's good. Where do people find this stuff?
Well, first you can go to mountainhouse.com and purchase it yourself, or find it at major retailers and major adventure stores.
That is great. They are everywhere. Made right here in the Northwest. You gotta try this stuff.